Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 244. My name is Dan, and I'll be your host today. Cheers to you all. Almost at 600 subscribers. So you know what that means. There will be another contest coming soon once I hit the 600. So before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Hit the little thumbs up, a little bell to be notified when I publish new content, and share away. So today I will be talking about Kiss offshoots or side projects, and I'm not going to talk about like guest stars on one song here or one song there. Like there won't be any shocker, the soundtrack where Paul Stanley did vocals there, or when Gene Simmons did one song with Engelbert Humperdinck, or like stuff like that. It'll be a full album. Before they were in Kiss, after they were in Kiss, while they were in Kiss. Pretty much all I have. I believe I have everything here beside me. If there are some that I'm missing, please let me know in the comments. I don't think so, but you never know. Some releases I went a little far. Anyway, you'll see. So I am going to start off. So chronologically, as members, go and come back or whatnot. So we'll start off with the first known release from a Kiss member, which would actually be Peter Criss. Was in a band called Chelsea. This is 1970. I'm actually very proud to actually found this one here. I don't know, well, there's nobody in my immediate circle of friends that actually owns this, but I'm actually proud to have it. Do I listen to it a lot? No. It's like psychedelic rock. I mean, the cover does it justice. That's pretty much what you're looking at. Is pretty much what you're expecting by looking at this is pretty much the product here. So Chelsea, starring with Peter Criss. Then we will move on to, this is not an official release, but I'm actually very proud to have this. So Gene and Paul form Wicked Lester. This is an unofficial release of their first album that never came out. This has early recordings of She, which would later appear on Dress to Kill, and same thing with Love Her All I Can. If you've never heard the Wicked Lester versions of She and Love Her All I Can, they are available on YouTube. Check it out, especially She. Love Her All I Can is still similar, just think a little bit more hippie. But She has got flute, and anyway, it's worth the price of admission there. So anyway, Wicked Lester, their first album, which was never released. This obviously is not official, and I'm not usually an unofficial kind of guy, but that one I needed to have. Cheers again. Then we come with departure number 1, which is Peter Criss. So he went and did his first solo album, Out of Control, which I like this one. Again, you got to put yourself in the era that I got this. I had maybe 5 albums to my name at the time. This was one of them. So I do like the song Out of Control. Very good use of studio time. So here we go. Out of Control. So he came out with this one. Then would come out with Let Me Rock You, which almost looks like he's coming out of the shower, but I never liked this cover. Don't care as much. I like better Out of Control. Most people seem to like this one better. I have better memories of Let Me Rock You. So here we go. And he did Balls of Fire, which they never released anything. I remember seeing posters or band posters of them back in Metal Edge, but nothing ever happened. And before he went back into Kiss, he would do this album here, which is Chris Cat #1. I did see him on this tour with Ace Frehley as the headliner, the Bad Boys of Kiss. It's decent, a little too late to the game there, like really late. To me, it's the best solo album by Peter Criss. So here we go. Sorry about that little stoppage there. As I'm doing this, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this one. So anyway, I also have this on CD. Also, this is the one I forgot, and it's actually a very forgettable album. Peter Criss, One for All. I probably listened to this once. I was like, nah, this is boring. It's not that it's bad, it's just boring and not for me. So Peter Criss, One for All. So that's pretty much all the solo stuff that he has done. So out goes Peter Criss, in comes Eric Carr. This was released much later in his life when he passed away. It was songs he was working on while in Kiss, so I got this version on CD, and of course last year they released it on vinyl. If it wasn't for those little curls here, this would have been a really cool, like the curls do not, whatever. But anyway, this right here is this, pretty much, with a few extra tracks on this one here, but I'm glad I've got both. So anyway, this, and I know he was in the Cellarman. I don't have anything by Eric Carr from the Cellarman. Not even sure if they did release anything. So that is Eric Carr. Next person to leave would be Ace Frehley, who he would go to form Frehley's Comet, then just Ace Frehley solo. I only brought this one here with me. There's too much of his discography, like almost 10 albums. But anyway, yeah. First came Frehley's Comet, then Ace Frehley solo, and he just released one this year, 10,000 volts. Still going strong here. So anyway, Ace Frehley leaves to be replaced by Vinnie Vincent, or Vincent Cusano at the time. What I have here, I know he's done some session here and there, writing for this guy or that guy, but he was also in a band called Treasured, which was from 70-something there. Not very good, not my style of music there. But this was before he joins Kiss. Joined Kiss, well, he did some writing with Creatures of the Night, then obviously did the Lick It Up. Once he was fired or let go or quit, whatever, depends who you ask again, he went on to form Vinnie Vincent Invasion. Here are the two albums that I have. I also have these on CD. Why did I not take these ones out on the CD also? But much better to view the vinyl. So first one just called Invasion. Second one is All Systems Go. What's unsure is, was this called Vinnie Vincent and was the album called Invasion, or, well, then after it was called Vinnie Vincent Invasion. It's weird here, but anyway, these two right here. Then we'll get into some really odd ones that maybe some of you may or may not know. Like I said, we'll see. So out goes Vinnie Vincent. In comes Mark St. John, who did the Animalize album. He did the Animalize album and maybe a quarter of the tour for Animalize. He was there, but then Bruce Kulick was there. There was something with his hands. He was unable to play. In the long run, they decided to keep Bruce Kulick because he fit the band much better, which I totally agree. So he went on afterwards to do White Tiger. So not very easy to find at the time. I found this like way back after. it's good. I'm not a fan of David Donato's vocals. It's good, a little generic at times also. But yeah, Mark St. John went on to do White Tiger. I believe that's it. Then he's passed away, not too late. Same thing with Eric Carr, rest in peace. Sorry, I forgot to mention that part. But anyway, so in comes Mark St. John. Out now comes Mark St. John. And I mentioned that he was doing the tour for the Animalized tour, but he was also there was in case Mark St. John couldn't participate, which was Bruce Kulick, but he ended up in the band. So now I don't have much of his old stuff. I do have Blackjack, which is with Michael Bolton on vocals. He was also in Good Rats. I've never, if I see it, sure, I'll get it there. I like to get everything Kiss related in the family tree there. But yeah, there's a young Bruce Kulick here with the mustache. Not bad. It's a good album. I wouldn't say great, but anyway. So yeah, in comes Bruce Kulick. Then this was I don't know, I'll show you what all the stuff that he's come out with, like after he left Kiss because of the reunion tour. Well, he had Audio Dog. Yeah, that's it. This does exist on vinyl, but there was only like 300 copies, and it was sold out like in an hour. Like I knew after like it was sold out. I was like, fuck. But decent. Okay. I'm gonna get to Audio Dog, Bruce Kulick Transformer. Again, a little bit about as good there, but to me, the best Bruce Kulick solo album is this one, where he actually gets a lot of guests. Includes Gene Simmons, Nick Simmons, John Corabi, which is, I'll show you in a few there, Steve Lukather. Like, this is a good, very good solo album. I love this album. This is easily my favorite by Bruce Kulick. So there's this. Then I guess you could order this off his website, which is old, unreleased music from the 70s. Apparently there's 500 copies made of this. I've got number 52 here. KKB, which is Kulick. Mike Katz and Guy Bois drums. Like, this is old stuff. I probably listened to this once or twice. But again, I own it. But after he left Kiss, I know some of these are not in order, but I have to mention, so Union, the first album. This is with John Corabi. Very good for what it is. I enjoyed this one. Would I have bought that if John Corabi and Bruce Kulick would have been not in Kiss? Like, probably not. It's not really my style of music there, but a good album here. Then they come out with Live in the Galaxy and The Blue Room. I got this signed by Corabi. A few of these you'll notice they're signed by Kulick, or this is how they sent them on their website. Another good one here. Not all good, but whatever is good is great. Like, whatever is good on these two albums are great. The rest is good stuff. And of course, I did get these on vinyl when they're sold out. So Union, the first one. I do enjoy the cover of The Blue Room a lot better than the other one. There you go. So these are they're actually worth a pretty penny right now, even though they're fairly new. So then, of course, Bruce did that when he was when the Kiss reunion came out about in 1996-ish, about. Also, when Eric Carr passed away, well, you've got Eric Singer who joined the band. Now, this one I'm going to go a little. He also was the drummer in Black Sabbath, the Seventh Star. I believe also he was on the Eternal Idol album. Correct me if I'm wrong. Forgot to bring it upstairs, but anyway. So Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath, the Seventh Star. He was on this, and he's also in the video for what the hell? No Stranger to Love. You see him a total of like half a second when he's ready to hit the cymbal, and that's it. Then of course he went on to be in Badlands. Was not in the second one, which to me was a mistake because the drumming is not as good as it was on the first one. He was also part of the Alice Cooper band. Again, here he is right here after the obviously the Kiss reunion. He took that reunion not too well, if I remember correctly, and of course he did Eric Singer and Project, which is Eric Singer, Bruce Kulick, John Corabi, and Cochran. I forget who this Cochran guy is. It's just a bunch of covers, really. I don't think there's any new. Yeah, this is all just covers. And here's the photo in the back. This was done much later. He'd, of course, be reinvited back into the Kiss camp and until their retirement. So then Kiss in the 2000s was kind of not touring. Some people did some solo albums, so I will go with the first one. So here's Gene Simmons' Asshole. Now, when this came out, I did like it. Okay, I did like it. Am I still listening to it? No, it has not aged very well. I do remember, though, it's on YouTube. I forget where. It's one of the Kiss meet and greets. So if you buy a Kiss meet and greets, if you've got $2,500 US to spare per person, you can actually go and have a little acoustic pre-show with them and a bunch of requests. And I remember, again, this is on YouTube, where and of course a lot of chit-chatting too with fans and Eric Singer. I think Gene kind of said a fun insult to Eric Singer, so Eric Singer bites back with, all right, well, let's do one of your hits, Gene from Asshole. Oh, right, there wasn't any. Gene's like, oh, that was good. So anyway, there are some good songs on this. Don't get me wrong here. Sweet and Dirty Love. Firestarter, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't mind it. Weapons of Mass Destruction. Black Tongue with Frank Zappa. Carnival of Souls, the song itself is good. The rest is, it's a mix. See, Gene Simmons' 1978 solo album is where a whole bunch of different styles to me works. This is a whole bunch of styles to me that doesn't work as a whole. There you go. So anyway, Gene Simmons went and did his album Asshole. Still remember watching Family Jewels, and I forget. Anyway, it's critically panned. I should say that there. But I remember I forget what his name is, but he was a guitarist. He was part of Red Hot Chili Peppers at one time. He was married to Carmen Electra. Anyway, he was on the oh my God, Gene, your new album, your solo album is so good. You know, I'm like, talk about hanging around yes men. And it was critically panned. But also, around the same time, a few years later, Paul Stanley comes out with his first solo album, Live to Win, which is actually good. I mean, it's as good as his solo album. This is simple hard rock, but there's some great songs Wake Up Screaming, Bulletproof is great. Where Angels Dare, like there's some good stuff. A little too many ballads, but still overall this is a very solid effort. If you like Paul Stanley's 1978 solo album with a touch of modern music, check out Paul Stanley, Live to Win. So then Kiss does the reunion tour with Ace and Peter Bagge, and of course Peter and Ace leave again, so they hire pretty much a guy that's been around anyway. So Tommy Thayer, what has he done in the past? Well, most popular is he was the guitarist of Black and Blue. Funny enough, many of the members of Black and Blue, after they disbanded, went on to do a Kiss cover band. I believe it was Cold Gin. But anyway, yeah, Tommy Thayer was there. Jamie St. James as the drummer, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he was in Black and Blue. Also, this one here, plus the album after, produced by Gene Simmons. So there you go. So anyway, that's how they met, I believe. He was also the manager of Kiss during the Unplugged, when they were doing the Kiss conventions. So he was the manager. Got a picture with him, and then didn't realize who he was at the time. Now I feel bad. But anyway, Tommy Thayer was from Black and Blue. This one here, I'll thank my friend Steve for telling me about this. 1990, went on to go in a band. Harlow. Was not aware that this existed. I think I remember seeing the picture of the album cover, but that's about it. It starts off with the song Chain Reaction. Great song. Kind of goes downhill after that, but glad I have it. So there you go. Harlow with Tommy Thayer. Then lots of time passes by again. Kiss release Sonic Boom and Monster with Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer in the band. But then Paul Stanley comes out with this here, Paul Stanley's Soul Station. It is what it is. I find this type of music really fits what Paul's voice can be like nowadays. I do love the little hint right here of Paul Stanley 1978 solo album. I love this font. That's a great idea. Now and Then is the album. I mean, kudos to Paul Stanley to try something different. That's all I got to say. Is this always on my turntable? Not even close. Okay. I am very glad to have it, though. So Paul Stanley's Soul Station. If you want to have some music and your parents are coming over, yeah, play this. They'll love that. Put it that way. So that's as much as I have. And I'm going to put a wild card here. So I'm going to put this band, Skull. This right here is Bob Kulick. And probably also because I've never... Steve is apparently my biggest fan. He'll tell me if I've actually shown this album before on my channel. I don't think I have, but anyway, Bob Kulick, which is Bruce Kulick's brother. Now the reason I'll say this is so fucking cool. Okay, that's his the logo skull. I remember when I saw this in the store at the time. It was like in the imports, not a blip on Metal Edge at the time. Good album, though. I like this one. Why do I put this here? Because Bob Kulick, if you're a Kiss fan, you know that he played a lot of guitar, especially on the studio side of Kiss Alive 2. He also was on Paul Stanley's... Was he on his touring band? I forget. The solo between Crazy Nights and... Hot in the Shade and Revenge, I forget there. But anyway, he is in the Kiss family for sure. He's done recording with Kiss as a secret recorder when it wasn't going well with Ace and Peter at the time. So I'm just putting that, plus just showing off that I actually do own this. Do you guys actually know about Skull, or do you own it? There you go. Skull. No bones about it. Good hair metal album here. I like it. It's got Bobby Rock from Lita Ford, Vinnie Vincent Invasion, Nelson. Like, this guy's been in everything. But anyway. So, yeah, that's my collection of Kiss side projects or whatnot there. And am I missing anything? Like I said, I'm not looking for just one song here and there. Like, am I missing a whole album by these guys? So anyway, and I know I'm missing Good Rats. That one I know for sure, for a fact. But I believe that's all I have. All right. On that note, once again, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Share away. Hit the little thumbs up. Little bell to be notified when I publish new content. Here's to coming with 600 subscribers very soon. Another contest coming soon. So take care, guys, and we shall see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.